Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Cantor was just saying we have a minyan. We have beautiful new lights in here. We have a new sound system so you can hear us. And so we are all new things are looking up here.
And everybody else is missing it.
And everyone else is missing it. Eventually, they'll be here, but they're really missing out. So we are, this is our first Shabbat after the secular new year, and so we are going to be trying some new things tonight, mostly just some new melodies, and to start off our new year with new things. It's going to be great. We are beginning on page 142 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom.
I'd like to now call up Janine Hutner to offer us some announcements from the board.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Janine, representing the Board of Trustees, and I would like to welcome you to Temple this evening. The Kiddush this evening is in loving memory of Eileen Joan Wiseman, sponsored by Mike, Nicole, and Amelia Wiseman. The beam of flowers this evening are in honor of TJ's Riley's bar mitzvah, sponsored by Zach, Aaron, Sully, and Adele. Mark your calendars for January 12th at 11:30 a.m. Grades 3 and up, it's time for Purim Spiel auditions. The MLK Junior Shabbat is on January 17th at 6 p.m. We will be joined by Bishop Chester Trail and members of the Grace Temple Church, the Toledo School of the Arts Choir, the Toledo Choral Society, and Cole Zimra for a meaningful tribute to Dr. King and the lessons he taught. The temple will be hosting MLK Day of Service on Sunday, January 19th at 9:30 a.m. to approximately 11 a.m. To volunteer, please sign up at Sign Up Genius. It was in the 18th of December's Temple Talk, and it will be again in the next Temple Talk. In-kind and monetary donations will be accepted. For our Friday night crowd, we are asking that next week you bring a full-size shampoo for the next Shabbat, and that is also for our donations to our MLK Day of Service for the hygiene pack. So if we could all do that and show that our Friday night crowd supports this project, we would be grateful. Thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. We are going to turn now to page 120, and I'd like to invite Amelia and Mike Wiseman to light our Shabbat candles.
All right, as the Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of a generation of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can do it. Go ahead. Almost. There you go. Good. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'chadnik shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We welcome in Shabbat with candles and with song and also with psalms. And Kabbalat Shabbat is actually this one section of our Friday night service where we are so excited. We get ready to celebrate this beautiful day, this beautiful holiday that we have every single week. And one of the psalms that we sing is based off of Psalm 96, and the version that we're singing tonight is on page 648, and it's Shir Hadash, which means a new song as we are in this new year.
Shir
Page 144 for the Hatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadav Yikadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divarach Hirute Be'amlich Malchute B'chayechonu B'yomechon Uv'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Bagala Uv'yisman Kariv Ve'imeru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Ulamei Amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekucha Barichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran velma ve'imeru amen.
Please rise for the Baruch Hu, page 146. Join together in the Hebrew on page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro yiriv aravim b'chochma poteach she'arim uvitfuna meshane itim umachalif et hazmanim umesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakira kirtzono Borei yom v'layla, golel or mitnei choshech, ve'choshech mitnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla, Adonai tzavaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid imloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Turn now to page 677 for a meditation before the Shema, which leads into the Shema.
Open up our eyes, teach us how to live, fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one.
be seated. Join together in the Ve'ahavta on page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 157, we have an interpretation that leads into the Mi Chamocha that we usually read together. Tonight, we are going to sing it based on the music of Noah Aronson. Join together in the English at the bottom of page 161. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporeh sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. The Shamru on page 162. Amidah begins on page 164. Please rise.
Adonai Svatai Tivta Adonai Svatai Tivta Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha Adonai Svatai Tivta Adonai Svatai Tivta Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha Adonai Svatai Tivta Adonai Svatai Tivta Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Zomech Noflim Berofei Cholim, Umatir Hasurim, Umekayim Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umakaya, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah L'chayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yehalleluhu Chasela, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. On page 172, we have a new, well, is it new, Cantor? Would you like to introduce it?
It is not new.
It is not new.
No.
Okay. Great.
Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, Retzei, Retzei, v'imnuchatenu, Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha, v'zein chelkeinu b'toratecha, Tzaveinu mituvecha, v'sameinu b'shuatecha, v'ta'er libeinu, v'ta'er libeinu, v'ta'er libeinu le'otecha be'emet, v'ta'er libeinu, v'ta'er libeinu, v'ta'er libeinu le'otecha be'emet. Yai la 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 la, yai la 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 Ve'anchilenu Adonai Eloheinu, me'ahava u'b'ratzon Shabbat kodshecha, ve'anuchu Yisrael mekadeshei shemecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai, our God, grant as our heritage your holy Shabbat, that Israel, who sanctifies your name, may rest on it. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Page 176, we have the opportunity to think about of which we are thankful every single time we come together for prayer. Built into our Amidah, we have this ability to be grateful and thankful and offer our gratitude to God. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'el lahodot. The following page, we have our prayer for peace, Shalom Rav. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people, forever, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We'll turn now in our prayer books to page 371 as we offer our prayer for healing, Mishaberach. On this Shabbat, we are praying for the healing of Charlie Bauer, Brian Bucky, Bruce S. Feldman, Michael Gordon, Larry Markwood, Don Painter, Sarah Taub, and Elizabeth Weiser. If we're thinking of someone else and you'd like to share their name, I would encourage you to do so now. Start on this side of the room.
Mishaberach
they each find a sense of wholeness and healing very soon. We'll take the next few moments for our own personal prayer.
Oh, say shalom, v'roma. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al Israel, ve'imeru, amen. Ve'imeru, 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 amen. Oh, say shalom v'roma. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen.
As Jews, we know how to do New Year's. In fact, according to the Mishnah, we have 4 New Years in the Hebrew calendar: Rosh Hashanah, Tu B'Shvat, Passover, and the beginning of the month of Elul, which is the month that comes right before Rosh Hashanah. And as people living with the Gregorian calendar, we are lucky enough to have another New Year that we celebrated earlier this week. Along with trying to remember to write the New Year number 25 instead of 24, and singing a few new melodies tonight, it is upon us to consider what this new year brings after we just celebrated the coming of 5785 a few months ago. Luckily for us, our Torah portion contains a new beginning, albeit at the end of a story. This week's Torah portion, Vayigash, is the third of 4 Torah portions containing the narratives of Joseph. Throughout Joseph's journey, he goes from being a special kid with a special place in his father's heart because his father Jacob loved his mother, Rachel, the most out of the other 3 women he had children with. With that special attention, he was gifted a coat of many colors that caused jealousy and consternation between his older brothers and him. Throughout a series of events, Joseph was sold into slavery, arose as a gifted interpreter of dreams and was employed by Pharaoh, and ultimately rose in ranks in a place of incredible power. At this point in the Torah, Egypt and the rest of the region were experiencing a multi-year drought. Through Joseph's clairvoyance and dream understanding, he predicted this drought and worked to store up enough grain that would last for the 7 years of the drought. In year 2, his brothers came down to Egypt in search of sustenance and happened upon Joseph, who, after many years, looked very different and whom became very powerful. They couldn't even recognize him. This Torah portion begins with the big reveal of Joseph's identity before his brothers. The text says, Joseph said to his brothers, "I am your brother Joseph. Is our father still alive?" That's his first question. Joseph's brothers were dumbfounded and couldn't say a word. Joseph continued to speak. "Please, come near me," which they did. "I am really your brother Joseph, the one you sold to Egypt. And now, do not be sad or reproach yourselves because you sold me down here, for it was to save life that God sent me ahead of you. There have already been 2 years of famine here, and there are 5 more years yet to come. God sent me here to give what food is left, to keep you alive so that God can later deliver you. So, believe me, it was God who sent me here, not you. God made me a father figure to Pharaoh, to oversee his holdings, to rule over all of Egypt." I love this passage because it feels as if we are almost in the room with them at this moment. We get the recap of what happened, and we get the lesson from Joseph himself. At this point, Joseph is taking off his metaphorical mask and allowing his brothers to see who he is and how he got to this place. He could have blamed them, he could have withheld support from them, and he could have banished them, or maybe even worse. Rather, he took them back in love and recognized God's role in his life by forgiving them for their youthful mistakes. In a teaching from the book called Sparks Beneath the Surface, a spiritual commentary on the Torah, the author quotes Rabbi Yehuda Aryeh Leib, who goes by the moniker Sfat Emet, which means truthful speech. Sfat Emet says, there are 2 levels of teshuvah, one out of fear and one out of love. After teshuvah, out of love, our relationship can be purified. The worst of enemies can become friends and even cherish the events that drove them once apart. One cannot change the reality of an act, but by repenting out of love, one can change the reality. Joseph's story is truly one of forgiveness. It is a new beginning for Joseph and his brothers. A new beginning for this one family who went down to Egypt and who will eventually emerge as a people. For that new beginning to occur, the deeds of the past needed to be addressed. Our sages say that we should ask for forgiveness the day before we die. We should ask for forgiveness the day before we die. This is in part to answer the question when we should seek repair, and to suggest that we do not know what will come tomorrow. So it's 2 things in one. Earlier this week, we learned the news of the death of former President Jimmy Carter. The reports of his life are often glowing. He was called the humanitarian president. He brokered peace between Israel's Prime Minister Menachem Begin and Anwar Sadat, modern-day Egypt's president, after 13 days of negotiations at Camp David in 1979. This accord still stands today and has offered Israel a sense of relative security, even among nations who are combative against it. While he was just a one-term president, his legacy continued through his work through Habitat for Humanity, his service in his church, and much more. The Jewish community, however, at times has had difficulty with his post-presidential work, namely a book that he wrote called Palestine, Peace, Not Apartheid, which was written in 2006. In it, his frustrations grew with Israel at its failure to halt settlement construction in the West Bank and called on Israel to unilaterally create peace. He also suggested that Hamas, the Hamas that we know today, was interested in peace, which has been untrue since the beginning and has been proven over and over to be a dangerous entity. In an article summing up Carter's life and his relationship with the Jewish community, JTA contributor Sarah Wildman wrote, "The text was widely criticized as lopsided in its assessment of the failure of peace negotiations. In no small part, it was the use of the term apartheid itself, a word later he walked back and became reluctant to use in public." In 2009, just 3 years after the book's release, Carter wrote an al-Hayt, an atonement prayer to the Jewish community. In it, he said that he was wishing for peace between Israel and its neighbors and concluded, "We must recognize Israel's achievement under difficult circumstances, even as we strive in a positive way to help Israel continue to improve its relations with its Arab populations. We must not permit criticisms for improvement to stigmatize Israel." He continued, "As I would have noted at Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, but which is appropriate at any time of the year, I offer an al-Hayt for words or deeds of mine that may have done so." As the 100 years of Jimmy Carter's life ends, and our story of Joseph and his brothers' animosity ends, we think about new beginnings for ourselves, one of the 5 that we have, thank God. During the High Holy Days, we say that it is upon us to make amends between ourselves and others before we can make amends with God. This door is always open. There is always opportunity for repair. It is upon us to take these steps to show our true and earnest selves to others and hope that in return, they would do the same. In 5785 and 2025, may we forgive others who hurt us. May we be mindful of how we may have hurt others and try to make amends. And may we always work together to build a better world filled with peace. Shabbat Shalom. Turn now to page 586. We'll rise together for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, Shema Echad, Shema Echad, Shema Echad.
Please be seated. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. This week we are remembering two who have died in the most recent 7 days and 30 days, Patsy Myers and Leonard Saltzer. We are also remembering Keith Bellner, Doris Berg, John Bucky, Saul H. Kalish, Marcy Chabin, Bessie Dolgen, Judy Erd, Phyllis M. Feldman, Laura H. Frank, Rosabelle Friedlander, John Gottschalk, Jill Fleischer Green, Sidney Greenberg, Bernard J. Miro, Philip Alter Moore, Francis Mostov, Ida Oken, Aileen Orenstein, William Rothman, Ann Dersher Shapiro, Nate Schulman, Herbert Siegel, Pauline R. Singer, Dr. Edward Singer, Henrietta Thal, Ann Truhaft, Lawrence Van Balen, Beryl Winkleman, and Eileen Joan Wiseman. Are there any others that we'd like to mention this evening before the Kaddish? The words to the mourner's Kaddish are on page 598. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agalal v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olamei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh V'yatadar, v'yatalev, v'yatalal, shemed kudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. You may be seated. Our closing song this evening is on your blue sheet called Beyond.
This one I think really is new for most people. So the chorus is super easy. Here's how it goes. And let us say, Amen. Everybody try that. And let us say, Amen. And then almost the same thing. And let us say, Amen. Try that one. And let us say, Amen. You got it. May your wonder be celebrated. May your name be consecrated. May your brilliance never fade from the magnificent world you
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Please
Shalom.
join us in the hallway for Kiddush and Motzi.